In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? During the research stage of my production, I looked at different magazines and looked at the forms and conventions they use in order to help me with my own production. I looked at magazines like Q and Blender, and I did deconstructions of those magazines to find out what makes a good magazine. I also had a look at the target audience that I wanted to aim my magazine at, and found that the target audience I was looking for usually don't like mainstream trends. I wanted to see if I could mirror that in my own production of my magazine. My front cover actually uses some forms and conventions that I found in Q and Blender. For example, the masthead, the issue number, the date and the price are all at the top of the page. That's common in quite a few magazines actually, and it's usually what they'd use to just create the basic layout of a magazine. I decided that my magazine doesn't want to differ too much from the others, otherwise people wouldn't have that much interest in it. Although it does follow a few forms and conventions, it also tries to challenge them as well. For example, Will isn't looking directly at the camera or using direct address in any way. I decided that this was a subtle enough convention to challenge, and it wouldn't make too much of a difference and ruin the overall look of the front cover. I also decided to keep the background rather than change it out for something different, because I thought the backdrop was nice and it works. The mise-en-scene works really well for the genre of music I was trying to portray. I also only used 2 taglines rather than 3 or 4 because I wanted to keep my magazine looking minimalistic, and because that's the style that the target audience would quite like to see. For example, on Q you can see that there are quite a few different taglines, and although it might work for their magazine, I thought that it wouldn't work for mine, so I decided not to implement that many. My contents page also follows a few conventions as well. For example, there are multiple articles and each of them have their corresponding page number next to them. Also, the title of contents is at the top of the page, as it usually would be in most magazines. There is the main article is also the biggest one there, and there is an image to go along with that article. However, it does challenge a few conventions as well. For example, there is only one image on the contents page, and I decided that this would be better than having multiple images, which is what would commonly be on a magazine content page, because I was still trying to keep that minimalistic style to my magazine. Also, there is no name of the magazine on the contents page anywhere, because I decided that the house style was there was enough resemblance between the front page and the contents page in the house style. My double page spread doesn't challenge as many conventions as the other 2 pages. The conventions it follows are the fact that the masthead is on the top of the page as it usually would be on a double page spread. Also, I've kept the same font style throughout the magazine and used that for the artist as well. Also, there's only one main image on the double page spread, and this is normal. Any more than one image on a double page spread and it can start to look a little overcrowded. However, some magazines manage to do that successfully. The convention that my double page spread does challenge, however, is the fact that despite there only being one main image, it spreads across both pages. This isn't common in a normal double page spread, but I decided that I wanted to do that as I didn't get rid of the background on my front cover. Doing this helps keep the house style between the pages, and I think that's really important in creating a magazine.